All In Sports Network. We love sports.
Well, I think we know why they call Elijah Surratt Waffle House.
And why is that?
Well, his dad started calling it, and then Fernando Mendoza in his post-game interview said, he's always open. Why wouldn't you call him that?
Yep. Yeah.
And came up big in the big moments and continued to extend his streak of games with a catch. He's now 43, I think.
Yep. Sounds about right to me.
Absolutely insane. Yeah. I mean, there are so many players nowadays in college football that don't play 43 games in their entire career, let alone have a catch in that many games straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm Kevin. This is my son, Liam. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports Networks.
Yep. Welcome back in. It was a nail-biter in Iowa City, but the Hoosiers found a way to survive. How did they get it done, and what does it mean moving forward? Let's go all in.
Yes, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at All Indiana Sports and on Twitter at All Indy Sports. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep, time for the opening drive. The Iowa versus IU recap.
Yep.
It was a tough physical battle all the way until the end.
Yes, first game on the road for IU this year in a hostile environment, and it was an aggressive defense. Fernando Mendoza threw his first interception of the entire season.
Yep.
He went 13 for 23 for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns other than that interception.
Yep. There's only 104 total rushing yards for IU.
Quite a bit of a difference from the 300 plus that they have had in the previous 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to also point out that I'll hold on to that one. Roman Hemby was the leading rusher with 86 yards on 15 carries.
Yep. Omar Cooper Jr. had the opening touchdown, and he also had 4 grabs for 55 yards.
And Elijah Surratt, Mr. Waffle House, had 132 yards on 6 catches and the touchdown.
Yep. Kind of put the game to sleep. Speaking of sleep, though, Joi Baby sleep sacks and matching crib sets. If you want to learn some more about that, click the link in the description.
Yes, well done. I will say this now. Now it's time. Okay, this is the first ever back-to-back 5-0 seasons to start the season in IU history of their football program.
Witnessing history.
And I will take this opportunity to say here, I guess regurgitate something that I saw somebody put up, that this may be the golden era of Indiana sports. Not now. Let me frame this. This is not Indiana. We are talking about Indiana University. They mean all of Indiana
as a state. Colts
as
football, IU football, IU basketball, which is coming up. Fever,
Pacers.
Who else? The new Indiana volleyball team is also pretty decent.
Yep. The Colts are off to their best start since 2009. The Fever made it to the semifinal, and I saw that it took 4 Olympian quality athletes 5 games and overtime of the 5th game to eliminate the Indiana Fever bench. And the Pacers making it all the way to Game 7, which they would have won, and in the finals of the NBA. And IU football doing what it is doing, and Notre Dame having success as well, and Purdue basketball always being a threat, and IU basketball being right there as well on the cusp of something. We may be living in the best time to do exactly what we are doing. So,
Mhm.
love Indiana basketball, if you love Indiana football, if you love sports because sports is such a big deal in the state of Indiana, share this with other people. We talk about it all. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been watching for a little bit, you may have noticed we kind of call things before they happen and we're pretty plugged in.
Yep.
So spread the word.
I'd say we do a pretty good job.
I would say so. So, with all that said, IU football off to a great start. This was a tough game. No doubt about it. Mendoza was under pressure all game. The Iowa defense was there. I thought they had lost it toward the end, and then all of a sudden, there was the pass, and there was the touchdown. And they brought an all-out blitz, and it was reminiscent of some Chiefs things where you bring an all-out blitz, and it's pretty easy to, if you can manage the blitz for just a split second, it's pretty easy to beat it because you got a receiver that can get behind it.
Yep. Exactly.
So, with all that said, who is your
Hoosiers
player of the game?
I mean, Surratt had an amazing game, but I'm going to take a page out of your book. He can only have a good game because of Mr. Fernando Heisman-Doza.
I love it. I love that nickname. I saw it. It's so great. I love it.
He is the top runner for the Heisman, as he should be. And I think, he didn't do great, as you said, through his first interception. But other than that, he wasn't terrible. 13 catches for 233 yards is pretty good. Yes, 10 incompletions, but that's going to come. That's going to happen at some point. And so, but whenever it mattered most, he delivered.
Yeah,
that's what a Heisman does.
That is so true. In the biggest moment, taking on the pressure, doing the thing that needs done, and standing there, I can't tell you how many times he stood in the pocket and took the licking and delivered the ball where it needed to be, not just on that last touchdown, but throughout the game in the highest pressure moments. So I'm totally down with your decision. I have a different one, but I also have a honorable mention.
Okay.
Let's see, and it's a little bit different. Let me see if you can guess my honorable mention. Okay.
If it's on the defensive side of the ball, I am not getting it.
I'm going to do an impression of my honorable mention. Okay. You ready?
Yep. Is it Signetti?
Yes. Because the team takes on the attitude of the head coach. This team in particular takes on the attitude of its head coach. And as we've said throughout, if IU does bad at one thing in one game, you won't see them do bad in that again. So the pressure that Mendoza was under, I don't expect to see that again.
Yeah.
And the attitude of the coach to never waver. And as their phrase goes, never daunted. He just keeps it level, which allows for those big moments to happen because it's not a big moment. Every moment is big, but no moment is big. That you just play the game till the final whistle. That's all you do. And you no matter the score, you are never satisfied and always wanting more and pushing. And so that's my honorable mention in that way. But as far as player, he scored the touchdown. He went for, in the game where your quarterback threw for 233, you had 132 of it on 6 catches.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be Elijah Surratt, not to mention the stretch that we mentioned. So
yeah,
that's it for me. All right, halftime adjustments. It's bye week.
Yes, so, it is bye week.
What is the best way to spend the bye week? I wanted to ask you this question as an athlete. What is the best way to spend the bye week?
I mean, it's nice to get some rest. I am currently in a little bit of pain myself. I need to get rest. Probably need to go to the chiropractor as well. But get rest, but you can't stay out of football completely. You have to maybe make the practices just lighter, not as longer, that type of thing. So you're still in mode, but just not going as hard.
One thing I hear all the time is self-scout.
Yeah,
that is a key of bye week is to so many times you're looking at your opponent, what you can do against them. The bye week is the best time to look at yourself and evaluate and look at your tendencies and how to mask those, how to make yourself better in the bye week. So with all that said, what we like to do is we're going to look at the remaining schedule of IU from a not game by game. We're going to look at all the games, but we're going to run through them real quick, and then we're going to kind of take a 30-foot look at where we think the pathway is here. 5-0 right now, and that means there are, 7 more games, I believe.
Indeed.
So here we go. They are at Oregon, Michigan State at home, UCLA at home, Maryland at home. So after your 2 road games, you get 3 more games at home.
Yeah.
Pretty
and then
nice.
you get one. You have to go into Penn State, and you get Wisconsin at home, and then you got to go to Purdue. But that drive is not far. I'd imagine there's also going to be a lot of IU fans there.
Oaken Bucket game, always hotly contested, no matter whether the teams are both terrible, both great. One's great, one's terrible. It doesn't matter. It's the Oaken Bucket game. It's the rivalry game. It's always hotly contested. You got to put in the work, and you have to trust your training. Speaking of which, Farm Hounds can help you training your puppies with healthy treats like we use at Country Mountain Dogs. Click the link in the description for more on that. So, with the 7 remaining games, 5-0 right now, you don't have to tell me what games or whatever. What do you think a final record could be?
I think
this IU team.
At the beginning of the season, you asked me what the record is. I think it'd be 10-2. Now looking at it, how the season is developed, I'm looking at 11-1, 12-0. I can realistically see them because we know what the big games are. We know it's going to be Penn State and Oregon, and it's the fact that we have to go to both. Penn State has not looked good at all, which is why I say 11-1. 12-0, I think we can beat Oregon too. I think if we start out fast, we beat Oregon.
We'll talk about that game next week, so tune in for that. I would say that I think it's dangerous here that it could actually be as bad as 8-4 if I really look at it. But that would mean losing both of the big games and then losing 2 other games as well. And I don't know that that's really going to happen. I think 9-3 is a real possibility. But I also think that given the right circumstances, remember how I said at the beginning of the season that Illinois was going to be a defining game?
Mm-hmm.
That defined things really well.
Yeah.
Then you go on the road and you play that tough. But I do that tough of a game. But I do believe Iowa is a much tougher opponent than anyone gives them credit for. I said that way back when they played Iowa State, and I said that they were my biggest winner that week because of how close they played them, even though they lost. So I think Iowa is a lot tougher than people give them credit for. So I think I'm going to arrive at a 10-2 record. But I don't think I'm not going to risk it for the brisket this time. But
you said biscuit.
I did. I messed that up completely. So I believe that one of those 2 losses will not be against Oregon or Penn State. So I believe that IU will beat one of those teams. I don't know which one, but I think that they will win one of those games, and so the other loss will come from somewhere else. And if I had to guess, I would say Maryland.
Okay. Yeah.
Maryland's playing really tough. All right. Now it's time for third and short. Big Ten update. Let's take a look at the Big Ten games of the week. Ohio State, now we're into conference play. The list is shorter because they play each other. Ohio State 24, Washington 6. Oregon 30-24, Penn State as they went into double overtime to get that one done.
Yeah.
USC and Illinois in a close one, 32-34, Illinois winning it. And then another close one, Rutgers 28-31, Minnesota won that one. And then UCLA at Northwestern, and Northwestern squeaked that one out against the lowly Bruins 17-14.
Yeah, really, really close matchups here in the Big Ten. You can kind of see where teams are at and how they need to rebound. Speaking of rebound, though, open goal rebounder and goal setup. If you'd like to learn more, click the link in the description.
Yes, who is your biggest loser then of these games?
I think it's got to be Northwestern. I think Northwestern is a way better football team than only beating UCLA by 3 football teams. So I think that's got to be the biggest loser.
I would say it's Washington. Washington had this amazing prolific offense, and the thought was that they're not getting any of the attention simply because they're in the far-off Northwest, and they're just forgotten, and they have late games, and no one pays attention to the late games. And then Ohio State went in there and said, watch this. Hold my cup of coffee. So I think it's got to be Washington because, everybody thought, well, there's a real possibility they could really show what they're made of, and they did, and it wasn't good. So who is your biggest winner of the week?
I think it's got to be Oregon. You win the game of the week, the game day game. You shoot yourself up. You kind of solidify yourself in the rankings. So I think Oregon is the biggest winner here.
I would totally agree with you. Penn State has had a history, especially under Franklin, of not coming up big against the top teams, and Oregon again said, yeah, that's true. Let us show you. And to do it in the fashion that they did was great. And it kind of works out for IU because it's really nice to play a team that didn't just lose a game to a big opponent, but won a game, in my opinion. So
I would agree with you.
Well, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with our preview of the Colts hosting the Raiders. Oh, man, so much history to talk about tomorrow. Also, remember that you can go back and check out our unstable pick 6 of this week's NFL slate for more on that.
Yeah, well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.